Do you know, as women, like, some of the clothes we wear, like, are just so, like, stupid. Like, come on now. So, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diosa, and today I am back with another story time. I don't even know why I'm telling you this one, to be honest. This is like a secret that I'm supposed to, like, take to my grave or something. Like, it's so embarrassing. It's one of those things, like, it's gonna be quite short, but it's one of those things that is just like, it's one of those things that I've done that is just so ridiculous. Guys, I must have literally had little Lucifer on my shoulder that day for me to even have done this. Like, I don't, oh god. So, you know what, yeah, you guys are gonna judge me, but I don't care. Anyways, this story time is about when I went do you know, like, when you want to say something but the words are just not coming out, guys? Like, take a sip and then I'll get the courage to just, you know, spit it out. I basically went on a lunch date with an uncle. The man was like old enough to be my grandfather. If anyone knows me, they would know that I'm not one of those girls that I don't do uncles in it. I don't. Let me just put it out, I don't do uncles. I think it's very, very disgusting because, yeah, they either remind you of your dad or your uncle or your grandfather, and there's no reason why a young beautiful damsel should there's no reason why a young beautiful black melanin fine queen should be with some wrinkled old man. Like, no, hell no. Like, ladies, I encourage you to go and find your own people your own age to date, okay? If not, then maybe like 5 to 10 years older than you, but please do not go out with your grandfathers. Like, no, that's not cool. Why would you want to see an old man's wrinkled balls? Like, why would you actually want to be around a wrinkled man with shriveled balls? Like, no, it's not cute. For whatever reason you're doing it, I'm just gonna put it out there, I don't think it's right. Like, no, let's just put a stop to it and don't do it. Like, it's awkward, okay? Yeah. But I did go to lunch with one though. Yeah. As embarrassing as it is to say, I did it, okay? I went to lunch with an uncle. I accepted to go to a lunch date with an uncle. Clearly, this day I must have been hungry. Like, I don't know, okay? I did it. Ask me why I did it, I don't know. So, I was always walking, like, at my bus stop, I would always, like, meet this uncle. Always, like, talk to me, I suppose. And this all happened in town, guys. I did not leave my house to go and meet with an uncle and go on a date. No. This happened in town, same place, same time. But instead of having just conversation, I ended up actually going on a lunch date. And of course I knew it was a lunch date because the man didn't want to be my friend. He wasn't my dad. He wasn't my granddad. Like, it's all written on the wall, okay? The man clearly fancied the pretty young thing, and I thought, why not get some free lunch? And I did. To be honest, the kind of person I am, I don't make conversation easily, but clearly he was just so persistent to the point where probably one day I just thought, oh my god, let me just answer back. And he would just ask me like questions, and that was pretty much it. Then one day I bumped into him again in town, and he basically was like, oh, are you busy? I was like, why? Like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. Do you want to grab something to eat? I'm like, I don't know. But then he was like, it can be any place of your choice. Just tell me where you want to go and I will take you. So yeah guys, those bars were dropped to me and I was like, okay, I will come. Okay, so anyways, I agreed to go on this date and we ended up going. Now if you live in Leicester, you would know that there is there's basically Haymarket and High Cross, and High Cross is like a big like shopping center, and it's got like loads of like restaurants, and it's got like shopping malls, and it's basically like that. So I basically remember just choosing to go somewhere not too deep into High Cross, but somewhere that no one would go to and see me and I still get fed. But I suppose if people saw me, they would have thought the man was my uncle or something, or they would have thought the man was my dad, because it was just weird. But I feel like sometimes you can really tell if a woman is with their dad, you can tell. If a girl's with her dad, you can tell. If she's with her relative, I feel like you can tell relative relationship to maybe awkward, romantic, unexplainable, questionable relationships. And that was a very questionable relationship because it was just awkward. So basically we decided to go into, I can't remember, it was like this, like it was like a cake shop that sold like, and this, yeah, it was like a cake shop, I think it was, and you know, like a tea place. So basically I was like, okay, that was literally the first thing I saw, and I was like, this is where we're going here. Like, have you ever walked, I think I must have been like acting booky, just like shaky and just acting bare awkward, because she must have clocked me like, that's not her dad. What are these two doing? So yeah, it just looked so booky guys, and so freaking, the whole situation just looked hella uncomfortable. Okay, so anyways, we walk in and then she's looking at us like, she legit gave us the eyes guys. She was looking at me and she looked at him, then she looked at me, then she looked at him, then she looked at me, looked at him, then she finally went, oh, welcome to blah 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 guys, here are your menus and you're going to be sitting on table number 20. So yeah, so basically I'm already feeling like awkward as hell, because I'm thinking, what am I even doing? Like, why am I here? Like, come on. No. So we walk in and then basically the uncle, I would legit describe to you the uncle guys. He had like work shoes, some like khaki trousers, and he always wore like blazers, and he always had like a, so you know, one of those like olden day hats. So yeah, he was basically wearing one of those like Romany, like not Romany, but one of those old school hats, and he was not even like, obviously it wasn't a snake, but you get some older looking people that look half decent. Like, he didn't even look decent guys. So we go into this restaurant, we basically sit on the table, and he's sat over there and I'm sat over here, and then I'm thinking, what am I doing here? Do I even want to look this man? I couldn't even look the man in the eye guys. I was literally like, my eyes were everywhere else in the room but at this man, and I was thinking, Mercy, what did you get yourself into? I was literally thinking, what did you get yourself into? So then we sit down now, and then the waitress comes and then takes our orders. I think I must have ordered like a croissant or something. Yeah, I think that's what I ordered. I was literally sat on this table, got my food, and I must say to you, because of the paranoia that I had, and literally me thinking like, why am I here with this uncle, like my appetite was gone. I don't even think like I could chew anymore, but he clearly across me, like, he had no problem chewing. He was there chewing like one horse, and just, you know, like what uncles are like guys, like chewing and like talking, and you know, what do you do? I'm like, oh, imagine how awkward it is when you're on a date with one of these uncles and they're asking you questions like, do you live by yourself? And you're like, no, I live at home with my mum, who might also be old enough to be your daughter. So yeah, imagine, questions are just awkward. Okay, so I'm there, just sat there, and he's asking me questions. So who do you live with, what do you do? And then he's like scoffing his food, and I'm like here like, I was literally like, I'm here like just being stupid. I'm like, oh, so what do you do? I'm asking questions, so I'm like, what do you do? And to my knowledge, I can't remember what he said he did, but he sounded pretty jobless to me. And then he always like walked around with a briefcase, God knows what for, I have no clue. And he basically, I was like, oh, so, you know, are you married? How are the wife? How are the kids? You know what these uncles are like? They're like, oh, no, 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 I'm not here. I was married, but I'm now divorced. I see my kids regularly, but yeah, I have kids, but I'm not married. I don't have wife. No marriage. That was over. And I'm here like, guys, I will say this: do not ever believe a man who's over the age of, most likely I would say 30 and above, if they tell you that they're not involved with someone or they're not married. I feel like that is a lie. Like, no. At 30 and above, if a man tells you that he's not married and he, you know, or he has kids but he's no longer with the mom, most times he's pretty much with his baby mother. So yeah, in this case, this uncle was trying to tell me that he's 50 plus something years of age, he wasn't married anymore, and he just saw his kids. Now, we all know that Africans don't do divorce. Africans don't like divorce. There's no divorcing. No. And then he started to tell me that he likes me. And I'm here like, well, I can't really be surprised because I chose to go on this date, guys. Okay? So, yeah. So the guy was telling me that, you know what? Uncles are like, oh, baby, I like you. I'll treat you nice. I'll buy you everything you want. Oh, you don't ever have to worry about anything again. Oh, I want to marry you. I want to take you to Africa. Me, I've got a big compound, plenty cars. Me, I can treat you nice. Better than these small boys that you're around. That's what this guy was saying. In my head, I was literally thinking like, this date needs to be over like as soon as possible. I really could not even wait for this man to I really could not wait for this man to finish eating his bread before I stood up and ran away. The worst thing, guys, I was there and I'm thinking, you know, I've been in situations myself where I've seen young girls with like older men, and I'm thinking like, is your life that hard? Like, why are you doing this? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I understand if maybe you're in Africa and, you know, whoring yourself is probably the only thing to do, like you have no other option. But when bright young girls in the UK, for example, are taking dates with anyways, yeah, through shade it myself, are going on dates with uncles with the intention of hopefully becoming a side chick or carrying it on as an actual relationship for things, is a bit sad. And when I say things, most times it's actually like things like shoes, handbags, the latest iPhone 7, or a nice Peruvian raw hair. Like, no. And most times it doesn't lead, these relationships do not just end at, oh, let's just go on a date and let's leave it there. No. Next thing you know, these uncles would want to take you into the bedroom to make you their little sex slave. And no. So I don't think that it's okay for young women to be going out with men that are very much so older than them. Like, men will always take advantage. They always have the upper hand because they've got the experience and they've been exposed to a lot as well, a lot of diseases and whatnot. So it's definitely is not a good idea, and it's not advisable for young women to be getting into relationships like what I was doing with this man. Obviously I had no intention of carrying it on any further, but just for the sake of, I basically just wanted a free meal, and I was bored and I was taken over by the devil. I went and did something so stupid. And the worst thing is, to me, in my situation, it was literally just, it was banterful, guys. Like, I did it for banter. Like, yeah, I don't know why I did it, okay? No, I can't even justify it. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. So in my situation, I literally left the restaurant, ran and never looked back. That's what I did. Left the restaurant, ran home, never looked back, and I went and confessed. I went home, I sang like a canary at telling my mama and Coco what I had been up to, and they were literally so like, for the why, and I was like, I don't know. But yeah, guys, how the date ended is literally, I ended up giving this old man my number, only for him to ring me to do the swift block and delete, never ever again. Run home, hide. So yeah, that's what I did basically, guys. That was the story time about when I agreed to go on a lunch date with an uncle, and a freaking lunch date with someone's dad, probably someone's husband and someone's grandfather. And yeah, so moral of the story is that women, young women, we need to be more careful when we're accepting these dates, because sometimes, unlike in my situation, it ended with me just going on a date, eating a croissant, having some bread basically, and running home. Nothing happened. I just got some bread and I ran home. And in unlucky situations, women end up in cases where, you know, things happen and things go out of control, and we have no happen where you have no control over the situations anymore. And we always have to keep in mind that, you know, diseases are real, guys. Diseases are real, and most times when uncles look at young women, they're out here trying to exploit us and not to treat us like the beautiful melanin queens and goddesses that we are. So yes, that is my message for today. And guys, if you like my videos, please do not forget to like, comment down below, and of course subscribe to this channel. So yeah, bye guys.